Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm back with another video on polar pants. So a few months ago I did a quick overview and review of the polar surf pants. So this time I'm going to be doing something similar with the 93 denim. So I'll go over some of the details on the pants, talk about the sizing, talk about the durability and the overall quality, and lastly what I think about the pants in general. Alright, so we'll start out with some of the details of the jeans. Right off the bat, you have this 93 patch on the back of the jeans. It's made out of this like nylon polyester material. It's pretty thin. There's nothing too special about it, but it's there. Moving to some of the other details, inside the waistline you have another 93 denim tag right here, and on both sides of the hip you have these little nylon polyester loops that you can kind of clip your carabiners on to kind of hold your keys when you're skating so you don't have anything in your pockets. So I think that's pretty useful. And then here's another polar tag, and behind it it's kind of like a cliche slash inspirational message. What else? And then of course here at the coin pocket you have this little dude with the spray can, very reminiscent of, you know, like early 90s blind jeans. And then here you have this very shiny button, and it has Polar Skate Co engraved in it. And then the zipper is pretty good quality, it's YKK. Some other details, you have some, I guess, reinforced stitching around the crotch area so it doesn't blow out. But other than that, that's pretty much it. This is going to be the washed black color. I'm a big fan of this wash. It's not a pitch black, but it's much darker than a gray, so it's kind of a nice middle ground. It goes with a lot of different things, so I'm pretty happy with the wash. And some other details to note is the back pocket. They're pretty shallow. I wish they were a little bit deeper, and kind of the same thing with the front pocket as well. It's also pretty shallow. It's not as deep as I would like, but you know, other than that, they're pretty standard. Let's talk a little bit about sizing. This is always the trickiest part with buying pants, especially online. So for me, I'm usually between a size 30 to 31. And for these, I wanted to kind of size up one to a 32, just to kind of have a little bit of extra room and have a looser fit. So I kind of bought these based off of the sizing chart on Polar's website. So these are a tagged 28 by 30. So based on the sizing chart, this 28 is supposed to be a 32. But as you can see here, I got my tape measure out. This is, one second. This is, you know, barely a 30. So the sizing chart is a little bit off. So instead of, you know, the actual waist being 4 sizes up, the actual waist is actually 2 sizes up. So, you know, from this, I would say just be cautious of buying based off of the sizing chart on the website. Unfortunately, I don't have another pair of 93s to kind of compare the sizing to. Maybe this pair is just an anomaly, and the other pairs out there are actually sized according to the chart. But just based on my experience, I would say that the tagged size is actually 2 sizes smaller instead of 4 sizes smaller. So that's definitely something to be cautious about, especially when you're buying online. Maybe the size chart on the Polar's website is a little bit off. So for me next time, I'll probably try to get a size 30 instead. Despite the waist fitting a little bit tighter than I would have liked, the pants fit pretty well everywhere else. I think the thigh area fits really well. It's definitely less roomy compared to a surf pant, which is fine because I think sometimes the surf pants can feel a little bit too roomy in the thigh area. So this definitely works for me. What I really like about these is the leg opening is a really good size. I just measured it and it's a hair over 8 inches on this pair. So for me, I don't typically like my jeans to be too tapered. I don't like it to kind of sit on top of the shoes and really like bunch up and stack. So yeah, I like my pants to kind of go over the shoes a little bit, and I think this leg opening has the perfect size for that. And the inseam, so this pair is a tagged 30 inseam, and I just measured it and it's a 27 inch inseam, which seems like it's a little bit on the shorter side, a little bit cropped, but when you actually put them on, they don't feel cropped at all. Mostly because of the higher rise on these jeans, which just means that the crotch area kind of extends down lower. Whereas for like maybe a pair of Levi's, it has a lower rise where the crotch area kind of goes up higher. So for me, I think these jeans are pretty comparable to a 30-inch inseam pair of Levi's. They maybe fit a little bit shorter than that, but for me I think the inseam really works. And here is a quick on body portion, so you can see how these jeans kind of fit. Alright, so keep in mind that this is pretty close to my true waist size, if not a little bit smaller, and you know, I did not size up on these at all. So, you know, even after going kind of true to size on these, it still feels pretty loose, fairly baggy. So, you know, I'm a fan of the fit. I don't like my jeans to be too baggy. I think it looks a little bit sloppy on me. So I think this works. The inseam is just right. If it was any shorter, I think it would be a little too short. But right now, I think it works. Alright, so next let's talk a little bit about the materials, the build quality, and the overall durability. So for me, I can't fully speak to how durable these are because, you know, I just find it a little bit difficult to kind of wear these and have a hard skating sesh because of the price tag, obviously. But, you know, overall, I think these are a pair of well-made jeans. The material is not the thickest material, but it's not super thin either, so it's a little bit average, I would say. So I think that still has its advantages, you know, being a little bit on the thinner side. There's more versatility. You can kind of wear it in the spring and the summer as well. And the build quality is very nice, actually. There's not a lot of loose stitching. Everything looks to be well made and crafted. Let's see what, I think this is made in Poland as well, but let me double check. Yep, right there. These are made in Poland, 100% cotton, but the lining, like the pockets, the polyester. So, or 50% polyester, 50% cotton, something like that. So yeah, the build quality is pretty good. No complaints for me. But I think the denim is a little bit on the thinner side. They probably could have used a thicker material. But that's just my opinion. Some people might like a thinner denim just for more versatility. They could wear all season round. But for me personally, I just like to have a thicker cut of denim because I feel like it holds its shape and fit a little bit better through wear. Alright, so just to wrap up the video, I wanted to give you guys some of my final thoughts on what I think about the 93 Denim and is it worth that hefty 115 price tag. I think purely from a materials and construction standpoint, I wouldn't say they're worth $115 because I feel like at that price point you could probably find a pair of denim, pair of jeans that use thicker material and that are made with similar quality. And I feel like it's probably pretty easy to find a cheaper alternative to these as well. Again, I think the main selling point with these is probably the fit. It has a very, I wouldn't say it's a crazy baggy fit, but it's a loose fit that it's roomy without looking too sloppy. So I think that's something that appeals to a lot of skaters. So I think that is probably priced in to the retail price. And at the same time, Polar is a skater-owned brand, and they sell a lot of these jeans at local skate shops. So a lot of your $115 goes into supporting a skater-owned brand and those local skate shops. So I guess from that perspective, I would say they're worth it. But ultimately, I would say if you are really curious about these, you should go ahead and pick yourself up a pair. But just don't expect anything really mind-blowing from a quality perspective. But I think you will really like the fit, and it's even better if you could get it from a local skate shop. So yeah, those are kind of my final thoughts, and I hope that you found this video helpful. And if you have any questions, just drop it down in the comment section below, and I will definitely get back to you. J Casanova, J Casanova, J Casanova.